Hey guys, it's Cassie. Good morning. I wanted to make a video this morning and start a project with you guys. So I've been promising you a start to finish journal, and so I just wanted to kind of make good on that promise and start working on my design team project for Lisa, Crafty Lisa's Vintage. So these projects are supposed to be done between the 15th of this month, which is just a few days from now, and the 1st of April. And so I wanted to make a complete journal using only things from her shop. Like ephemera wise, obviously I'm gonna have to use my own papers and make my own cover and all that, but anyway, so I thought that I would do like a B6 personal-ish sized journal, so around 5x7, or 7.5. I don't know. I think I might, let's see what the dimensions of this are. I know I want to use this square as the base. Lisa also sent me this quilt square. So this is 9.5, which means I can go up to 7.5, and I think I might because I like kind of a taller journal. Okay, so first thing, you'll need a file folder or some other kind of cardstock. I like using a file folder because it's already folded in half. So you literally just cut the dimensions of your cover from the folder and you're good to go. So you'll also need your paper trimmer, and I'm just gonna cut my folder this way first. So 5 inches. And I save these because I use them as like journaling card bases and just random things like that. So I'm gonna set those aside. And we'll go 7.5. I'll be the oddball. Hope you guys are all doing well and staying in as much as possible. These are scary times we're living in right now. Okay, I'm a dummy. Yeah, obviously I have to fold it in half. I did not think that one through very well. So, okay, backup plan. What we can do is, I still want to use this as my cover, and so what I'm gonna do is attach a piece of fabric to this side so that it just, like, this will be on the front cover, obviously, and then I want the back cover to have kind of a split down the side. So I'm just gonna pick, I have like this stack of fabrics that I had kind of picked out as maybes for this project. So I'm just gonna go with one. Let's see here. I don't know, I might want to use this. There's a lot of like yellows and greens and like neutral-y tones in this kit, like tans and browns and whatnot. So I might want to tie in some of the like citrusy colors with this fabric. I could also use this. I just have like a tiny scrap left of this, but it's quite thin, and so you would be able to see through it. So probably not. Sorry, you guys. I swear, if I do not get better soon, I'm gonna lose my mind. Let's see how this would look. I think I might want to go this way, actually. So in which case, I don't know. you guys get to hear my whole thought process here, because I'm a dummy. Okay, so what I think I might do, obviously I need this to be 10 inches or 12 inches at least. So I need another, what, 2.5 inches? Is that right? Yes. So what I might do is just cut off a strip somewhere in this white area and use that, like attach it here. I have to keep in mind that part of it will be folded over to wrap around the cover, so we're going to lose part of whatever design is on this fabric. So I'm just going to cut it here and we'll attach it to the starter fabric here. What do I want to do this side? So what I can do is use this as the hem, or yeah, like the seam and seam allowance, that's what I'm looking for. And then this part would be showing, and then this part could wrap around. So what I'll do is trim right in this green line here, trim off a piece. It's better to go over than under, but I really want to save as much of this fabric as possible, so I really just need it to be about this wide. So I'm just going to trim off this much. Hopefully you guys have a smoother process than this. Yeah, I think that'll look nice. Okay. So just trim off that much and put the rest away. Okay. So now oh, this square was so nicely pressed. Some of the quilt squares that I get are not. They leave a lot to be desired when the backs are in view. I'm going to try to record a few videos today, actually. Nicole was so sweet and sent me a journal. I got it yesterday, and I wanted to use it for some journal with me videos. So hopefully I can record a few of those today too. So they have canceled school in my city. Like the universities in the university and college have canceled classes for next week. And I think they're just like nervous that, like with people going away on spring break and coming back, that maybe some cases might pop up in our town. And so they've like canceled school just at the university though. Like my husband, as of now, will still have to resume classes on Monday, but kind of troubling, really. I am gonna do a top stitch on this, just so it lays nice and flat. If I can get it to go. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's jamming my machine. Never mind. too much there. Okay, let's try this side. Okay, that's better. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. So I don't know if I want this on the front and the star on the back. Maybe the star on the front. Well, that is not very straight, is it? Where'd the trimmer go? Oh, that happened. 7.5. Okay. I mean, this doesn't matter so much. It's just when it pokes up like it was. That's not good. Okay. So now we just need to make sure that I think I'm gonna like the star on the front more. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's all gonna be stitched together the same way, so we'll just get to stitching. Okay. Like a pile of projects that I'm working on to my left. So if it all tumbles down, I'm sorry. I'm also in the midst of still kind of a craft room declutter. It's like a never-ending project. And also I have Patreon journals for Chris and Saritha that should be going out early next week, and the little supply share, that's what I'll call it. Supply share should also go out early next week. Okay. So after I stitch, oh, I don't know, I really like that for the front. And then I could add like a sari trim for a pocket, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it looks once it's all stitched. Oh my gosh, what is going on here? I'm trying to keep this pretty quick. I have to troubleshoot in the middle of videos. It kind of eats up a lot of time. Trying to pre-trim my corner, get it ready. So with a quilt square and let me turn my camera so you can see. With a quilt square, I am not like pulling or anything. Like I've already clipped it pretty tight, but not to where it's like causing my folder to warp in any way. So I'm not going to be pulling it very tight at all with my fingers because I don't want the square to shift as I'm stitching. Some of that will happen anyway just because the foot on my sewing machine and like the feeder. So I'm going to try to avoid obviously pulling the fabric at all. So I need to move this. Trying to make it to where you guys can see. I know I've had a few people message me and say they would like some more like sewing basics type lessons, I guess. So I'm gonna try to do like just some basic sewing lessons, just kind of thrown in with my regular videos, but obviously I'm still kind of recovering from the illness and trying to catch back up with all the things that I had going on before I came down sick. So anyway, I'll get to that when I can, and obviously try to share with you guys more like technically how I'm doing things here. So I guess I could tell you what settings I have my machine on. I'm just using a straight stitch with like medium tension, like medium-ish stitch length. No, stitch length is very long, like the longest it can be. And like my needle is just in the center. So, but that doesn't really matter because you're just going to line it up however, wherever you have your needle set. So, and then I am stitching like 1/8 of an inch away from the edge of my piece. And of course, like none of this is very technical or like precise at all. And I just feel like the less precise you are, it kind of like the more character your piece will have at the end. And just kind of like this piece together, eclectic feeling junk journal, which, I mean, that's what we're making. So I love the freedom in that. Oh, and I'm just clipping my corners, like laying it kind of flat like this. I don't know if you can see that. So kind of flat from the corner, like angled up, and then just snipping off a bit to remove some of the bulk that would come with folding it like that. So I fold the bottom up and then this around on itself and then that under. Again, not pulling, just like laying it flat. Sometimes on corners I have to kind of help my machine along. I do not have like a very expensive sewing machine at all. Like this is literally one of the cheapest machines I could buy on Amazon. And I'll link it in the description of the video. But it was just a really, really inexpensive machine, just because I knew like stitching paper and fabric, like it could cause some, I guess, damage from like extra dust from the paper particles. And so obviously it's going to have some more wear and tear than just a fabric machine would have. So I didn't want to spend a ton of money on kind of a workhorse machine. So I got this inexpensive one with the idea that if I have to replace it, it's not going to be detrimental to our budget or anything. So, but I've been using it consistently, like literally every single day for about a year now, and it has done just fine. Like I've never had to do super maintenance to it. Like it's never even broken a needle, so it's a good machine. Well, I guess guess I got it for my birthday last year, so in July I got it. But still, I've used it every single day since then. Another tip, always turn corners with your needle in the down position. Mine doesn't have like some machines, like my quilting machine has this setting where you can set it to end stitching with the needle in the up position or the down position. This one doesn't have that, so I just manually turn it back or forward to be in down position. So as I'm stitching, you'll see I'm rubbing my fabric kind of like this over the edge. I'm not, again, pulling. Like if I were pulling, I would be pulling like this. But I am just laying it flat so that it's not shifting or anything. And this close to the end, it's not going to shift anyway, probably. So I'm just making sure it's really flat against the card. Stitch of it, and that kind of locks in your stitches around the edge. We will probably stitch over that again when you add in the lining of your journal cover. So I'm just going to set this out of the way for a second. Pick up all my clips, toss away my scraps. Okay, so, excuse me, I really love this as the front cover. So I'm going to use this as the front and this is the back. And now I just want to decide like what kind of accent pieces to add in. I have this left over from my... but yeah, that's the base so far, and hopefully I've taught you a few things, maybe that, about stitching and whatnot. So, anyway, see you in my next video. Bye.